All right, one of these times we'll actually start right on time. But well, no, honest, I'll be fair. Like, I thought Colin was avoiding me because he's nervous about tomorrow's race or something. And I just thought, well, he's not showing up. He's probably not going to show up for the race either.
We're putting you through a metal detector this time, I tell you.
You say that it was me because I had pliers in my hand. I didn't win either. So why would you be? I think you're looking at the wrong guy.
I think it was a double cross right there.
A double cross. All
yeah.
Right. People are probably not sure what they're tuning into right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome. And it is Q&A with Colin. And we never seem to start on time. But we're going to blame that on Colin.
Yeah, tech issues. And now we can't do our intro anymore because Facebook decided that it was copyright. So we're working stuff out. But technology is great.
Well, but this is part of what it means to be a tow truck operator, right? I mean, when problems come along, you got to slow down and breathe and go, okay, what do I need to do to make this work? And look around and work with what you got, right?
This is true. I'm glad you're the tech expert because I'm not.
I didn't do anything. I was like, okay, I'll just sit here and wait and see if he works this out. I wasn't going to interrupt your frustration.
Wow. Turns out date and time can mean a lot when you're trying to go onto the internet.
I never would have thunk of that. Well, everybody, it's been some time. Well, it's been a busy summer, right? And, lots changed. Things are opened up again. That's nice. And have you had a chance to get away at all and enjoy some time off?
We did actually. I did a camping trip back in June, and then after that, in July, the end of July, we went up to a cottage we rent every year and visited with some friends. So that was kind of nice. So yeah, a couple little trips.
Very good. And things are busy at Preferred Towing?
Nonstop. There's I guess today and yesterday were the slowest days we've had in probably a year and a half.
Yeah. Well, good problem to have. I've been seeing, I don't know if I texted you or your mom or whoever, and I was like, wow, I'm seeing a lot of Preferred Towing trucks around, like a little bit more than I'm used to seeing. And I'm out and about a lot too. And I'm like, whoa, there's another one. So that's good. And
we're all over the map right now. We had guys down in the States, like pretty far. We had a guy down in Georgia. We had another one down in North Carolina. My dad was down in Indiana, all within the same 3 days.
I know. Crazy, right?
It is.
Yeah. Let's go and start saying hello to everybody out there. And if you're watching, folks, share your comments and ask your questions away. And we'll do the best to. We don't always get to all of them, but I do try to. There's Carl from Oshawa.
Happy Friday, Carl.
And T-Bone Camaro.
Hey, T-Bone.
All right. New Market.
And hey, Rachel.
Hey. And, of course, Lisa Terry.
Hi, Lisa.
And there's my friend Paul from Sarnia.
Hey, Paul.
Who else we got here? Hey, Madison.
Hey, Madison.
Gabriel wants to know what's good.
Everything's good. Everything is good. We're busy. That's a good thing. Everyone's healthy. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
We're enjoying ourselves. That's good.
Okay, right? Lots to be grateful for around here.
Yeah.
What is the funniest thing that ever happened? By the way, I'm Hesperia, California. Is that right?
I'm going to go with it. That sounds about right. So,
okay, right. Yeah. I feel geography. That's why I'm a talk show host.
Oh, come on now. You were a tow truck driver, and you were back when you had to use maps still.
Yeah. And I know I like to tell the story. Two-way radio with a phone patch. We had to, it's unbelievable because your dad he was too, I don't want to say the word. He was very frugal, and cell phones were a new thing. And he used to there's no way I will ever have one of those.
I mean, it was also a backpack back then.
It was, yeah, it was. Well, you could get them installed right in the vehicle, or they called them a bag phone, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I know.
Well, I remember the first in the old, what was that? The 86. We had the beeper with the you could call on it.
Yeah, it was a voice pager. I remember.
Yeah, this CB radio with phone in it or something like that.
Yeah, it was a two-way radio, and it had a phone patch in it, and you had to press the button to talk, and press the star key, and that activated a dial tone. And then you pressed the key again, and you dialed your phone number, and then it was like to listen, you released the button and the talk. So it was like a one-way conversation, but you had to keep in mind that it was like a shared radio frequency. So everybody else that was on that frequency could also hear your phone conversation. If you got an upset customer, it was okay. I have to pull over. Can I call you back? And you went to the nearest phone booth, and we always had like a roll of quarters with us in the truck or whatever, or in our money bag that we carried around. So we had quarters to go to the payphone, and that was And we had answering service, right? Call answering service. Ladder call. Yeah, it was boy, a lot of memories there. But she wants to know what's the funniest thing that ever happened. Can you come up with something for Rachel there?
Oh goodness, we get lots of funny things. I want to say, like, when we're working on icy roads, someone always biffs. No matter what, you're working on those icy roads, you're in a hurry trying to grab the chains or something like that, and someone always goes feet up into the air, like full on cartoon, like oof, gone.
No broken tailbones though.
Thankfully, not yet.
Right. So Carl Freeman, I'm going to come to this, and we'll segue into Ohana Landing as the winner. And for those of you who don't know, so tomorrow, the Western Ontario Outlaws Extreme Lawn Tractor Racing, which happens here just outside of Sarnia and Petrolia. It's lawn tractor racing. These things go pretty fast. But we've done it twice now, I think.
2 or 3 times, something like that.
And anyway, it's father versus son. So it's kind of like Colin and Gary versus each other, and myself and my son Jason versus each other. But then it's kind of like us against them. So we get to ride these lawn tractor. Well, at least so. And what happened last year was the race started, and I don't know what Gary did, but like he got like 3 feet, and then Colin got just past the first turn and broke a motor. Like you split the motor in 2.
Yep.
And me and Jason kept going, and well, see, I'm not waiting for you guys. And then I think I lapped Jason a couple of times, and then I was pretty arrogant about it. And then all of a sudden my chain came off, and Jason ended up winning the race.
By default, nonetheless.
Right? I said to him the other day, I said, we didn't really win. I lost. And he goes, that's not what the stats say. Right? So we're doing it again this year. And of course, we love to support Ohana Landing. So the Western Ontario Outlaws are actually, for those of you who come out, there's a gate fee. It's either $5 or $10. I'm sure, I can't remember. And all the money is going towards Ohana Landing, and there'll be some donations and stuff going on as well. So if you are out this way and you want to join the fun, that at the end of the day, Ohana Landing is the winner for that. So
absolutely.
But there's definitely some payback feeling going on there, like because they accused me of sabotaging the race because I had a pair of pliers in my hand. I don't know.
Just saying, someone's getting the royal pat down tomorrow.
Yeah. Circumstantial evidence. Christine says hello. Hey, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Nicole says she's a huge fan, like huge, like on a scale of 1 to 10. How big of a fan is everybody of Heavy Rescue, right? And there's Jennifer from Ohio.
Oh, wow. Hi, Jennifer.
Ohio, shaped like an O, high in the middle and round on the outside. Ohio. Don't give up my day job. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's all good. You have your dad joke segment. I haven't seen one in a while, so.
Oh yeah, and I've got a stack. They're always right here.
Oh my goodness.
There's
Just collect those?
365 of them. No, it's a calendar that my daughter gave me probably 3 years ago, and I saved every one. So you can go, okay, here, we'll do this. You just tell me when to stop.
Stop right there.
Okay. It's hard to explain puns to kleptomaniacs because they're always taking things literally.
Okay, that was actually kind of good. I'm not
I
gonna
got to
lie.
get some sound effects. Right? I recently decided to sell my vacuum cleaner. All it was doing was gathering dust. All right. But that's it for the segment. We want people
and
to
we
stick
get
around.
banned for bad dad jokes now.
Probably. Hey, Angel, how you doing?
Hey, Angel.
Boy, we just never know where this is going to go.
That's the fun of it.
Right. Yeah, our friend Tim. Good evening, Colin and Dave. I ended up making it. Just wondering if Colin saw the big wreck we had up in Burlington a couple of weeks ago with the rig that went flying off the highway in Burlington.
I may have seen pictures. There's been so many going on lately. It's hard to keep track of everything. We haven't had anything down our way, but everywhere else seems to be getting a lot of wild accidents, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. Wayne says missed you guys. Hey, Wayne.
Oh, thanks, Wayne.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Hello from Cape Breton. I was down that way not too long ago.
Yep.
What a beautiful.
That was a nice trip for you.
Oh, Nova Scotia, all the way to Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, throughout Halifax. Yeah, it was 10 days of just beautiful scenery, right?
I'm definitely going to have to do that trip. That sounds like a fun time.
Oh, yeah, just go. Amanda says, I so love this show. Such a wonderful family. They're always giving back. Which show are you talking about? You're talking about this show, right? Or maybe she's referring to Heavy Rescue. I don't know.
Maybe both.
Hello.
Thanks, Amanda.
Hello from Brampton. Hey, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
And Tom Kelly from CA. I want to say that means California.
Hey, Tom. We've got the Canadian flag there.
Oh, is it? Where?
Yeah. Rapist. Hey, from.
It
shows it on my screen as a Canadian flag.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe. We'll go with whatever.
That's actually, it probably does mean California, and the script says Canadian flag.
Right. My friend Alan, he's from Winterpeg.
Nice the frost clear yet?
And we got Danny Holmes from Orangeville. Hello, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Good morning from New Zealand.
Oh, wow. Hi, Angus.
So is it like... so if it's 7:20, that was at 7. That's 7:20 here.
It should be about 9-ish a.m.
Alexa, what time is it in New Zealand?
Depends what time zone.
New Zealand has multiple time zones. In Auckland, it is 11:20 a.m.
All right, we'll go with that. They're far away.
Yeah, between 9 and 11.
Something like that. Jack says good luck tomorrow in the race, and yep, only one winner, Ohana Landing. Right on. And just so you know, folks, we'd love for those of you who are nearby to come and watch the races. Shout out to Carl Freeman, who came down from Oshawa, I think it was last year, to watch the race. And I think Tim and Matt might have been there too, a few others. But if you can't make it there, we will be live streaming the races. The races will start at 5 o'clock. I'm not sure when we're on to race, but it ends by 7. So you can check out the live stream. We'll have that on my page, the show with David Burrows. We'll share it with Preferred Towing as well, so they can share that link around, and you'll be able to watch online. And if you want to make a donation online, I think we could probably, if you just PM me on Facebook, then we can figure out a way to accept your donation. I haven't set up a GoFundMe or anything, but we'll figure out a way to accept your donations. We'd really love.
You're the techie guy. You've got this.
Right? Well, I wouldn't trust you or your dad to it. That's for sure. And you can still go online to. Okay, I'm waiting for the phone to go off now. Where do I have this? Where is it? I don't have it. What's going on? You call me the techie guy.
The only one dropping the ball today.
Right. Somebody messing with my internet. Preferredtowing.com. You can still purchase these. No, Colin, I have not built one yet.
Jeez. You got 2 of them.
I have 2 of them. I'm going to save them. I'm going to sell them on eBay in a couple of years and sell them for like $5,000. We still got these bubbleheads. Right. Go to preferredtowing.com to purchase your merchandise. And of course, all the proceeds go to Ohana Landing, Youth Transitional Housing Facility. Say that 5 times fast. Okay, where was I now? I don't make enough money to hire a producer yet.
We got to work on that.
Right. Michael says hello from Attleboro, Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Hi, Michael.
I'm on a roll. Hey, from Havelock. Nice.
Hey, Corey. It's a nice area up there.
There's California from. Oh yeah, we already did that one. Let's see what we got here. Josh.
Josh.
Oh wow. Denmark. Hello.
Oh. I see you.
Thanks for doing this. You're welcome. Colin and I, we really have a lot of fun doing this, Colin? Like we get to goof around, and I know people really appreciate. You're a pretty busy guy, right? So they appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this. What's new in the towing industry? Is there anything that's changed since since everything opened up, or is everything kind of back to like where it was before the pan? Like, what's it feel like out there now?
There have been changes, actually. So a lot of the changes are the industry is shrinking, and that's to do a lot with the insurance industry fighting the towing industry. But I won't get into that right now. But it's getting harder and harder and harder for the people who are out there to do business. So a lot of the mom and pop shops, the smaller ones, are just packing it up and saying it's not worth it anymore. So there's definitely fewer operations out there. And honestly, hours of service have changed a lot now, where a lot of companies were 24/7. We would go out and pick up broke down trucks from wherever, broke down cars from wherever, and take them wherever they wanted to go. It's now, are you in a safe location? If so, then we'll see you in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. It's just gotten to the point where we're seeing too much after hours, like in the early hours of the mornings and stuff like that. People wanting to go, from either here to Toronto or here to London. And at 2 a.m, it's just not practical for us to go out there anymore. It's not safe and it's not practical. So if someone's in a safe location, we'll leave them there for the night. And if not, then we'll get them off the road at least. And then in the morning, we'll take them the rest of the way. But anymore, it's too difficult to run these calls across Ontario anymore.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting because, okay, now I wake up one day and I say, hey, I want to start a tow truck business. And I'm just going to go buy one truck. I'm going to start. And here's why I bring this up. Right around the motorcycle a lot, and been for a lot of, and all the little towns that I've gone to, I see, signs out on somebody's front lawn that says, Joe's Towing Service 24/7. Give us a call, and I'm like, I don't like. How do you do that? Is that what am I really asking here? I'm just trying to figure out, like, somebody just buys a tow truck and you pay the insurance and away you go.
Yeah, it's not even that simple anymore. So the equipment's getting harder to find because a lot of the manufacturers right now have had the same problem that every manufacturer's had. They can't get supplies, they can't get equipment, they can't get trucks. So unfortunately, that part of the industry is getting harder. So the used trucks that we're selling for next to nothing, and you had a lot of these guys popping up and starting out with a dirt cheap truck and running around for next to nothing. These guys can't find the cheap trucks. They can't find parts. So
Yeah.
these are the guys who are going out of business anymore. And then on top of that, the insurance is astronomical for most of these guys. A lot of companies will not insure tow trucks anymore. So, the days of the single tow truck operation are coming to an end. And we're seeing a lot of the companies who were even, 3, 4, 5 tow trucks are just even too small to continue on. They need to be up in size. I know in our area in Lambton County, the market's probably going to shrink by about 3 companies within the next 5 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
So that's huge for Sarnia Lambton isn't that big of a community.
Right. And you don't wish that on anybody, right? I mean, that's their livelihood, for their family, etc. Typically. But I always get it, like when I see those signs on somebody's front lawn too, like, call Joe 24/7. I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable calling that guy. Like, Joe's just sitting around on his couch waiting for a call and I don't know, like, I'm not trying to bash anybody but that's doing that, but I would feel uncomfortable with that. Because there's really trust in a relationship. I don't know, like, how do you build trust with a tow truck driver?
Well, and that's the thing is, unfortunately, the industry's had such a bad image for so long. Anyone who is just starting out and trying to get going is going to have a hard time because you start out with the one trucks. Unless you can get a good contract with either a city or, I don't want to say a roadside, because the roadsides really aren't good contracts for the towing industry. They're pretty hard on us, to be honest with you. They don't pay what they should. So yeah, you really have to get a good contract with either a shop or a township or something like that to get going and spread your name out and get that good image so that people feel comfortable with you. But I think right now we're seeing that that won't be happening anytime soon. I don't think we'll see a lot of new companies popping up in the next 10, 15 years. I think it'll be more or less companies packing up and saying we're all done, and the bigger companies will start buying them out, is what we'll see happening.
All right. Interesting. And well, it's good to know. I wanted to touch base on something too. I think we can on when I'm in an accident, and then the police, like an accident where the police actually show up, and I need a tow truck. A lot of times, I was, and I'm bringing this up because I had lunch with a friend of mine today, and we were talking about it, and they said, they just called so and so, and then the person didn't realize you can actually request who you want for your tow truck, correct?
Yes. So at least in Sarnia Lambton, I know there are some places that don't have the same contracts as we do. Sarnia Lambton's actually got one of the best police towing contracts out there. And, there's 3 companies on the rotation. It's very fair. We each get a week and rotate through that. But yeah, it's on someone else's week. If someone requests us, then we do get the call. So, and vice versa. If someone requests another towing company on our week, they get the other company gets a call. So the customer requests always take precedence. They do get their choice, which is part of the Consumer Protection Act, at least that I understand. So
yeah, that's kind of right. You read my mind there. So keep that in mind, folks. Nobody likes to have to call a tow truck. Like, I don't. Whenever I call you, I'm hoping it's not for a tow. Right.
That is fair.
How's your day going? Well, I'm calling the hotline and, how do you think it's going, right? It's like a mechanic or a lawyer. Like, how you doing? How do you think it's going?
Yeah, we're usually not one of the professions that people are happy to be calling.
No, that's right. That's right. All right, let's get back to the comments, and we'll come back to some conversation. We'll come to your questions. Tow show coming up, right? And Lisa's looking forward to that. What tow show is that? Where's that going to be?
So that's the Provincial Towing Association, part of the Provincial Towing Association of Ontario's group. It's going to be held at Binghamans. It's going to be the weekend of September 16th, I think, is the start date. Let me just double check. I think that's the Friday. Yes. So Friday, the 16th of September. And I believe it goes until the morning on the Sunday, but don't quote me on that. I do know it's the Friday and the Saturday for sure.
And this is like a big, like it's really a toy show, isn't it?
Pretty well. I know this year it might be a little bit harder to see some new equipment because there's not much out there, but it'll be a show off with everyone who's just recently gotten their equipment they've been waiting on. I know there's a lot of new trucks that have been brought up here to Ontario over the last couple months, so I'm excited to see some of those.
And not just the tow truck, like the trucks and the equipment on the trucks, but there's a lot of like safety gear that you guys need too, right? From the hard hats to the lights to the right. Is technology still progressing in that towing industry, even though COVID kind of slowed things down?
Yeah, it is, and I want to say it's a never-ending battle, at least at this point, for roadside safety, because unless we take the human element out of people driving past our scenes, there will always still be that inherited risk.
Right.
So the safety, it is come a long way, but at the end of the day, yes, there's always going to be room for improvement. So yeah, there's always going to be new equipment showing. And on top of that, we're doing a lot of training events at the tow show. And, that is a big part of it too, because it's not only safety of the other people driving by, it's you on the job, knowing what to do and how to do it properly. And especially with all these EVs and electric cars now, they're doing a course on those because they do require a lot of special procedures for towing. They're not just straightforward like your run-of-the-mill gas engine car, because they can spontaneously combust if they've been in an accident. Wow. Which is a bit of a scary fact, but I've seen lots of videos of them going up in flames, and they are next to impossible to put out.
Well, we'll just wish for the best on that one for sure.
Yep.
Now, if so, I just wonder, like, if this would qualify. I got this light here that I got. Oh, wait a minute. See, I can't even put it on right. I got it upside down. Okay. But I was thinking I would bring this to the race. Right? And there's the green light, right? And then I even got like a red one, or is that white one? I don't know.
Is that so I can tell where you are in my rearview mirror?
Well, I'm going to put it on backwards, right? And so, like,
oh no, you'll need to face it forward so I can see it.
No, when I pass you, you'll at least be able to see the light. There'll be a little bit of hope there for you. That's what that light's for.
Oh,
I bought that. There you go.
That's pretty good. I
bought that just for this show. I even got a strobe light on there. So I don't know. I can't turn it. I don't even know how to turn it off now. Wow. I can't shut it off.
Once you turn it on, it's just always on.
Apparently. Okay, we'll just put that down there and let the battery down. So that's why I'm not a tow truck driver anymore. Okay, so anyway. Wow, now I can't see because I shined that right in my eye. I can't read the comments.
Look at the light. No, wait, don't do that.
Look into the light. All right. This is a common question we have to try to answer. When are some new shows coming?
Well, January has kind of been the typical start date for the season. So season 7 should be January. We'll go with that because that's our most generic answer. It's
I
been
would
every year.
say that's a pretty strong, definite maybe for January. Thomas says hello from Long Sault, Ontario.
Oh wow! I think that's it's a little ways away from here.
Right. How's Gary's hand?
It's doing better. It's as best as it's going to get. He's got about 85% strength in it now. He can close it about that much. So he's definitely got a lot more than the doctors thought he would, but
All right.
not going to be perfect.
Right. One of the possible dangers of being a tow operator, right?
Yep.
How many tow trucks does Preferred have, and are they mostly NRCs? I have no idea what an NRC is.
That's the back end. So
Okay.
that's what's on a rotator. So we currently have, geez, I don't even keep track anymore. So we've got the 4 heavy wreckers, including the rotator, and then we've got 5 light duties. And then on top of that, we've got 3 tractors and floats. We had a roll off, but I'm going to tease you guys. I'll post a picture of the new toy that we got to replace the roll off. And then we've got a skid steer, we've got forklift, service pickup truck. So we've got enough equipment to do the job.
There you go.
And then as for NRCs, we've got 3 NRC decks and the rotator.
Lots of equipment going on there.
Yep.
Bruce says hello from northern Michigan.
Hi, Bruce. All the way up in the thumb.
Right. Is long haul towing becoming a larger part of the towing industry?
I want to say yes and no. It's always been there, but what we're finding is because a lot of shops now are having the same problem with staffing, they can't work on trucks as quickly. So some people opt to take their trucks back to wherever they're from. If you're referring to what I was talking about, guys down in Indiana, Georgia, and North Carolina, the Georgia and the North Carolina are kind of like a once a year sort of deal. They're the oddball trips. We don't get too many like that. But like Indiana, that's more of a once a month sort of deal. We do see stuff about that far away, but once a month. Just depends on, who breaks down where and if they want to get back home or not. There's only a handful of companies that can cross the border as well. We're one of them. So we do see a lot of work going across the border and going further to get people back home.
Right on. Welcome back from North Carolina.
Hi, Pamela.
And hello from Ohio. Love the show.
Hi, Eric.
Stephanie says, nice to see you.
Hi, Stephanie.
There's my friend Dom saying, hey, guys. Hope you're doing well, Dom.
Hey, Dom.
Dom, you and I got to apologize to my friend Dom because we're way overdue for a visit, Dom. So we'll make that happen next week. Let's do that. All right.
Everyone heard it, Dom. So make sure.
All right.
We'll hold them to it.
Jack Kane says, don't listen to him, Colin. He was trashing you and your dad. I posted a video earlier.
The video. He had the audacity to send me the video.
I didn't get a response, so I mean, I
responded.
Yeah, you went ha ha. That's not a response.
Sure, it is.
That was like a nervous laugh. I got one word for you. Bark, bark. That's all I'm going to say.
Does it look like I need to respond, Dave? Does it look like it?
I don't know. Well, you talk about, your dad, you guys made a video last year like, ooh, you got big trucks and stuff. And I'm like,
and then we got sabotaged. So we're trying to play low key this year.
I'd love to see a drive a rotator around the track. I'm just saying, like, it's got nothing to do with the race. Okay. I mean, this is a guy who got rid of his motorcycle.
Not even going to go there, Dave. Not even going to go
quiet as
there.
a church all of a sudden over here, folks.
Not even going to go there.
Oh, you had to bring that up. Christine says, I love Heavy Rescue 401. We kind of like the show too.
Well, thank you, Christine. I know you're an avid watcher.
I've had a lot of people here. I'm obviously not going to go through. We've sort of answered it, but Paul says he PVRs Heavy Rescue and then watches the whole season at once. And lots of people
watching. I can appreciate that.
Yeah. Hi from Nova Scotia. I was just down in Nova Scotia in July, Tyler. It was a beautiful place down there. And nice. So do you have Century like JDMT that was a 9055 heavy wrecker? You had 2 West Stars. Have you seen? This is like code for something.
Those are also back ends. Okay. So we've got a Challenger unit. I'm not as good with the back end names. We have a Challenger and we've got a V7 as well. I forget what the Challenger back end. I believe it is the 9055. But then again, that's the back end we have. That's the Challenger is. Oh gosh, we don't know an exact date, but we think it's early 90s, late 80s possibly. It was on a truck we had bought, and then we put that back end onto a newer front end, and then that front end got rode off by someone who ran a stop sign, and then we put that onto a brand new truck, which is brand new back then. It was a 2006 Western Star. So that truck we were actually looking at replacing with a new 9055.
Okay. Wow, cool. Kim Clark says, love the show.
Thank you, Kim.
And this one is for you, Dave. What was your funniest tea? I'm guessing he means what was my funnest. Oh, my funnest toe, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's like over 30 years ago. I will share. I remember there was this huge snowstorm the first year that I worked for your mom and dad. Mm-hmm. And I got stuck about 3 or 4 times. I had gone way out. I don't even know where I was. I shouldn't have been there. And and we ended up actually having to call. Your uncle at the time had towing business, and we actually call him like the tow truck would come and get me out, and they would be gone, and then I get stuck again, and I'd be like, can you send them back? Because they weren't busy and had nothing else to do in the snowstorm.
Yeah.
And that was like, and I kind of remember like your dad was like, okay, so you're really going to have to figure this. Yeah. So I got a bit of a lecture, I'm pretty sure at the time. But I can tell you probably one of the most embarrassing things that I did, and then we'll move on. So, you do back in the day, you did lockouts, right? Somebody locks the keys in their car, and things were a lot simpler back then. We had a tow kit with a bunch of different tools, a Slim Jim a lot of the times, and there was like an angle tool that you got down. It was pretty, we had a book, and I went to go get this customer, and twice in one day. I got 2 lockouts in the same day, and both times, the first one I got to, you get out of the truck and you go up to the guy and whoever, and you're like, okay, you're going to check this out. I got out of the tow truck with it running, and I closed the door, and I had locked the door, and I locked the keys in the tow truck with it running, and the toolkit was in the tow truck. So we had a backup guy at the time, and I had to call him, and he came and unlocked me, and then I got right, So the customer had to wait, and then later that day, I got another lockout, and I did the exact same thing. I was just always in the habit, I don't know why, of locking the door, and that was before like electronic things, and I had to call him a second time, and then I remember, at the end of the day, I would like hand the truck over to your dad, end of my shift, whatever, and he would take over, and he's like, how was your day? Well, I said, so I told him, and he was just like, oh, David. I don't remember the conversation after that. So, There you go. So again, probably a reason why I'm not a tow truck driver after all these years.
We've all been there. I've locked the keys in the tow trucks a couple times myself.
Right?
Never with a customer though, so
Yeah. So
it's a
but
bonus.
twice in one day. Come
pretty
on.
good.
All right. So there you go. Okay. Paul says greetings from Kelowna.
Hi, Paul.
And Tom says, oh, it's from Canada, not California. And we got Jacob from Portland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hi, Jacob.
And we have Corey. I think we had Corey earlier from Havelock.
Mhm.
There you go. Joanne says, Colin, hope you're having a great summer from Joanne in Bruce Mines, Ontario.
Hi, Joanne. Thank you.
Andrew from Vermont.
Hi, Andrew.
Wilma says, send snow to Phoenix, Arizona. We can't do that. We don't have snow here yet.
I don't think you'd want it. I think you'd be tired of it after a couple hours because I don't think anyone down there would be prepared for it.
No, could you imagine Phoenix?
Oh, it would. The couple times that Georgia and Florida have had it, like it's hilarious hearing the storms. Or Texas had it. I think
I was going to say Texas had it like 2 years ago.
it was either this winter or 2 winters ago or something like that, and it was like a statewide catastrophe, and it was like a quarter of an inch.
I know. And it's like Las Vegas and rain flood.
Oh yeah.
Right. And Jennifer and I were there back in 19, and they just got a bit of a rain. Like it didn't even but it was on the ground. That was just before the pan started, right? And and everybody in Vegas was freaking out. They're like, oh. And now they just got all this rain, and like casinos are flooding and everything, right? Because they're not built for it. So
well, I mean, they got like, what was it, a year's worth of rain in a couple hours? Like that's crazy.
I know. And speaking of rain here, like we really lucked here at our house. We didn't get no trouble. It was like, whew, right?
I mean, you're lucky.
We got Irene. Hi from Merritt, BC.
Hi, Irene.
Well, we do have somebody from Sarnia. Hello, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Here's a good question. Lisa Lapointe, who's one of the leaders out there. Are you bringing some merchandise with you tomorrow, Colin?
I think that's the plan, Lisa. I think my mom takes care of that portion, so she will probably have the answer for that. But I think we have every year, so I think we're gonna bring some along with us this year too.
I could bring like some show merchandise. Like I have a mug. That's it. That's
limited run one.
I only have one person that watches my show. I got stickers. I don't know.
There you go.
I could bring. I don't know. I got stuff around. I'll sell something. I don't know.
Bring stuff.
That's a good idea, though, to have the merchandise out there. I know it's probably dependent on some things, but would we see a rotator or something out there tomorrow?
I think there's going to be a rotator making an appearance.
Okay. All right. There you go.
The only 2 operators of the truck are going, so.
Right.
We're getting the other guys trained up on it, but it's still pretty well
that
just
takes time, though, right? That takes quite a bit of time, I would imagine.
It does. I mean, I was running the truck in the yard since I was 14 when my dad got the first one. So that's 14 years. And realistically, I've only been running one full time for 2 years.
Yeah, right. So it's a bit of an art.
There's a lot to go behind it.
From Alberta by way of Yugoslavia. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Well, hi, Peter.
It never ceases to amaze me, and I know it's a big part of you guys and Heavy Rescue 401, but where the fans really come from. Have you gotten used to that yet? You know, like you like. I know the beginning you were really overwhelmed, but how about now?
We're getting a little bit more used to it, but it's still so crazy to see like people coming from all over the world. We've actually over the last couple of weeks, we've had a couple people from all over the world. We had a gentleman come from the UK, and he's got a friend here in Sarnia. He came by and visited because he loves the show. And then we had a family that was up this way from the Netherlands, and they stopped in and said hi. So that was kind of cool. And it's neat when you see people coming from all over the world, and they're stopping in Sarnia. I know a lot of them do have family ties or relatives or friends or whatnot, but they still go out of their way to come by and say hi, just because of the TV show. It's pretty wild.
That's pretty cool. Christine says, I love this live stream and Heavy Rescue. Okay. Good answer. I'm not sure if this was the same one person. Hello from Cape Breton Island. Always try to watch when we're not busy.
Well, thank you, Peter.
Love the show from Sudbury, originally Corunna.
There we go. Hi, Donna.
There's Bill saying hello, Dave and Colin. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Are
you coming out to the races, Bill? You're not that far from them,
right? Hey, Graybeard, David. What? Oh, okay. There's always a couple. Howdy, guys from is that Pennsylvania?
Northwest PA, yeah, Pennsylvania. We go up there every once in a while. We'll see you at the tow show, Christine.
Jack wants to know, Colin, whatever happened to the halo lights you guys had, do you still use them?
We do get them out from time to time. Our last few wrecks have honestly been during the day. It's been really kind of odd. Like they'll happen just before the sun rises. So by the time we get out to them, it's already bright enough that we don't need them. But we still have them kicking around. They are handy.
Very good. Oh, Christina again. Dave, you're so funny. Thanks. I try. I was thinking of trying some stand-up comedy.
There you go. I think I could get behind that.
Could you? Okay. All right.
I could.
You think I'm kidding? Stay tuned for more.
Yeah.
I'm always
you set it up at one of, I know Imperial Brewhouse does their stand-up nights.
Oh, really?
There you go.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah. Because I got a friend who goes and does them every once in a while.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. There you go. Now I've set the seed.
Hello from Pappy in Sudbury. Hey, old Pappy.
Hey, old Pappy.
Well, look at this. This is so weird. Like, hello from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I wish I'd have known these people when I went down there.
Next time, we'll have to do a tour.
Right?
We'll have to do a cross-country tour next summer.
Well, there's an interesting idea.
That could be a lot of fun.
Kate says hello, but we kind of answered. We've got some new trucks.
Don't worry, I'll be posting a picture of the new one soon.
There you go. Oh, that's interesting. My hometown has a company that builds trucks, custom-built wreckers, Kane, Pennsylvania.
Okay. I've heard of them, yep. They're a little bit smaller, but they've been gaining ground lately, actually. I've seen a lot of posts of people getting trucks from them in the last, I want to say 6 to 8 months. So I don't know if they're just, they're able to meet the manufacturing demands right now. So they're getting a lot of trucks out there. And from what I see, it's very quality built stuff. Like, it looks really nice.
Right on. Hey, from Essex. Hello, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Nice profile pic. Profile pics really just say it all about a person.
Oh, they do.
It's a lot of sense of humor going on there. That's right on. Jonah Robb. I don't know if he was part of this or this was from a question. Why a 9055 and not a V100 or another? Yeah. What do you say?
It's a 9035 is the 35 ton. Sorry, I'm getting the back ends mixed up. I'm not very good with the back ends, unless it's an NRC. I know those ones off by heart.
We need your dad here telling you how to do this stuff, right?
I don't know. He's still he knows a couple of them, but man, they've got so many names and so many numbers and
Right.
stuff like that. But if we were to go with a 50-ton, we definitely go with the Jerdan 50-ton again, because the Jerdan 50-ton, it's a solid truck. It's a
There you go.
strong truck. I
Well,
enjoy that truck a lot.
And on that topic, so what is your dream tow truck? Matthew wants to know.
I'll be honest. I kind of drive it now, mind you. If it was up to me, the front end would maybe be a glider kit with a nice big old cat, C15, be an R8 truck, but
Okay.
the 65-ton rotator on the back. But the new Western Star does a trick too. It's a pretty nice truck, pretty sleek.
Now, this actually kind of lead into a question that I had on my mind, and I meant to ask it last time. Have you ever thought yourself of designing? Like, do you have an idea of like you'd like to design the super truck?
Man, that's taking me back a few years. I used to draw tow trucks all the time when I was a kid. I couldn't even compete. I'm not an engineer, so I couldn't compete with these guys that are designing the trucks. And it always astounds me the level of thought that goes into these new trucks is just mind-boggling, because realistically, especially the rotators, they have to be able to lift, they have to be able to drag, they have to be able to tow. There's a lot going on with these big rotators that people don't understand. It's not just a simple truck anymore. It's computerized, and they're able to handle extreme weights. Like our new rotator, I know it's a 65-ton, but it'll outwork both of our old 65-ton rotators any day of the week. So I think it might be one of those cases where they underrated it maybe a little bit, because first rotator was actually only rated as a 45-ton rotator when we bought it. And then NRC came back and said, oh yeah, so we underrated these trucks. They're actually 65-ton. Bring it back to the factory and we'll upgrade the rating. So maybe that might happen again with the current truck, but you never know. It's a strong truck.
Okay, cool. Okay, so where'd it go? Oh, Mom's out there watching.
Just keeping track of us.
Do you know the heavy wrecker operator, Colin McLean? He was part of Jamie Davis, Alberta, and then your mom did answer, said, "Hey, we met Colin McLean when we took a trip to BC. Nice guy."
Yep. And I also did a live stream with him. That would have been about a year ago, actually, that we did that live stream. Yep. So if you look back to some of the previous live streams, you'll be able to go back and see that one. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I do enjoy talking with him every once in a while.
Tammy's really looking at. She's like answering Lisa Lapointe, like anything in particular for that. I know that she's even texting me. She's like, still my boss or something. I don't know.
Checking up on you, Dave.
What's that?
In line. She's checking up on you. Keeping you in line.
Every lady in my life. The races are at 4120 Oil Heritage line in Petrolia. Thanks, Tammy, for having me put that out there. So if you're out in Petrolia, Oil Heritage and Petrolia line, I guess you call it, where the lights are, just south of that. It's next to the old dump.
Yeah.
They dumped us next to the dump, but it's nice out there. It's very family-oriented, folks, and we'd love to have you come out and join us. And as I mentioned earlier, if you can't make it out, we will have a live stream of the races that start at 5 o'clock. And actually, the next day on the Sunday, I'll be live streaming again at 2 o'clock. We do that for the Western Ontario Outlaws. And it really is a family-oriented event. It's a lot of fun. And safety is always first out there. So we're hoping to get a nice crowd there. Bill says, yes, I will be there. Okay. Thanks for the warning. Thanks for the warning, Bill. Hello from Surprise, Arizona. Is that actually a place?
Oh, of course. Jared would be from Surprise. I you've never told me what city you're in. So now
Oh, you
that I
know who
know,
Jared is, do you?
oh yeah, he used to work for Trailies. That's who we've been buying all the trailers from. Where they're Canadian dealer.
It really? Oh, there's really is a place. I had to Google it. Surprise, Arizona.
Does everyone always look like?
They look a little surprised.
Oh,
Somebody
we have
stop
too much
me.
fun.
Stop me. Okay. Jack says stick with that jokes. That's okay. Okay. Hey, Colin from Coffs Harbour, Australia. Hello, mate. You should check out how Aussies do it with the new show airing down here. Love watching your show. Aussies do it differently?
They do have a couple different techniques, actually. So Mike Clayton of Clayton's Towing was actually up in Baltimore 4 or 5 years ago. So they have a show called Towies that follows them.
All right.
It's on Netflix. I believe it's only got one season on Netflix that I know of, but I know that they're season 2 or season 3 down there. And yeah, it's a pretty neat thing. We met with them. They're really cool people, and keep in touch every once in a while as well. And yeah, now they've got the Heavy Tow Trucks Down Under show, but I don't know if we get that one up here yet. I think it's still coming.
We're a day behind anyway.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Matthew says, thought you might be interested to know I work on the Lakers that pass by Sarnia. I work on the Algoma. Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
So you'd pass by on a fairly regular basis, son. We see those all the time.
Cool. Matthew, I'd love you to send me a friend request on Facebook, and I'll tell you why. Is I actually am a drone pilot, and I often fly drones around the ship. So I'd love to know when you're passing through, and then I could send you.
So they don't shoot them down anymore?
Send you. No. I haven't never been shot. Everybody says that. Oh, don't fly too close to this or too close. They don't shoot me out of the air. Right? Yeah, no. I'd like to see them try.
Be like skeet shooting.
Right? People are getting more and more used to drones. They didn't like that when I first got my drone, like it'll be about 3 years ago now. I started when I got my license. And you start flying, and some people just really don't like them. But it's just a part of the way it is, right? We're not zooming in. Well, at least I'm not zooming in your bedroom window or anything like that.
That's fair. That helps.
Right? Jack wants to know. Did you ever get a dog? Yeah, you got a dog now, right?
Oh, okay. Well, since we're gonna bring that, hey, Mochi, come here. Come here. I know, bright light. Come here. Give me a second.
So we're going to get the dog. There we go. And who's this?
This is Mochi. Brittany got her dog.
Mochi. Wow. No pressure there. You are pretty cute there, Mochi.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is Mochi, we're going to make Mochi famous? Is Mochi going to get like her own Instagram account or something? Or
I don't know if he doesn't like photos.
Okay.
See, he's shy. He's like, no, get this camera away from me. Yes, it's okay. Thank you.
Rachel says he is so cute. Oh, I can imagine more comments are going to flow in now because we got Mochi on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. And Sean says, hey, David and Colin from North Bay, Ontario tonight on my way to BC.
Oh, wow. Hey, Sean. It's been a while.
Very good. Nice to have you here with us. And, Matthew just sent me the friend request. Yeah, very good. I will get to that shortly. And, wow, I'm trying to, oops, it's doing it again. Yeah, I see a lot of it's really interesting, doing this because I see a lot of the same questions, like So we covered a lot of them there as well. What's this? Preferred mascot? I don't know.
Well,
there might be some competition there,
yeah, Gizmo might not be too happy.
right?
But he does spend days in the office when when both Brittany and I are at work. He'll come hang out at the office.
Yeah, I was in
And I
there
know
one day
that-
playing with Mochi.
Yep.
He
I
was
know the
giving me a
girls
bit of
in
a
the
hard
office
time. He
like
was
that.
checking me out, making sure I was, supposed to be there or something. I don't know. It's funny. Penny says, very cute. See, here it comes now. We'll be here for
Yeah.
another hour because Mochi's on the stream now.
Because Mochi made his appearance.
Right.
His debut, his television debut. Yes.
Carl says, so sweet. So adorable. What breed is Mochi?
He is a Pomeranian, purebred Pomeranian.
Say that again.
He's a purebred Pomeranian.
Oh, Pomeranian. Okay.
Yeah. And he's standing on my head.
So it's going to be Colin and Mochi from now on. We'll just set me back. I'll just be over here. I'll just produce. All right. Donald says, have a good night, guys. Got to run. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Donald.
Hope
you as well. Stay safe out there.
Out there. Okay, here's an interesting question from Matt. Where do you see the industry going in the next 10 years? Wow.
I think it's definitely going to be shrinking over the next 10 years. I think you're going to see a lot of companies, the bigger companies, growing and taking on either new companies or new locations in areas that aren't serviced anymore because the smaller shops are closing up. I'm hoping to see more safety regulations in place or better enforced.
Right.
So hopefully we'll see a lot more people respecting the slow down, move over law. It's hard to say because with the adoption of EVs and stuff like that, who knows where the industry is going? I know a lot of the engine manufacturers like Cummins has gone to CNG, natural gas, and LPG as well. They're looking at updating their motors so that they're no longer running on diesel. So it's really hard to say. The whole trucking industry and transportation industry is in a very interesting state at this point because everything's changing and it's changing very rapidly.
Very unpredictable, I think, would be a word to throw in there too. That's from just based on our conversations. An unpredictable. Yep. There's a lot going on out there. Boy, we could do a whole series of shows on that.
By far. Hey, that could be fun. Actually, we could play. We could do something like that. Changes in the industry, and
there you go.
It'd be fun.
Might have to sign some waivers.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting ready to wrap things up here, folks. Where are we here? Did I start something? Yes, Jack. It's definitely your fault now that it's going to be the Colin and Mochi show. Larry says thumbs up, and
hey,
you have a Facebook for Heavy Rescue. Well, Heavy Rescue has their Facebook.
Yeah.
And then you have Collin V Heavy Rescue, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. So I don't know which platform you're watching this on right now, if it's YouTube or whatnot, but on Facebook, yes, I do have Collin V Heavy Rescue. And I try to post updates there. The last little bit, it's just been so busy. I haven't had a chance. And we haven't had a whole lot of, I guess, interesting stuff to post about, but I try to post every once in a while. So
it's time consuming, right? The social media thing, just so people understand, like it's time consuming to try to keep those posts. Because I know I talked about with your mom about starting an Instagram, and it was like, we just don't have the time. And then I was like, well, I could help with that, but then it was like, well, do you really have right? Do you really have the time? And I'm like, well, I say, yeah, okay, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. So it does take a lot of time to do that. But that's why we like to do this live stream for all of you. Colin and I really do look forward to getting together and do it. And it's really funny, I find anyway, because you messaged me the other day, like, how's it going? And I was literally like an hour earlier thinking, we haven't done it. We need to. So we're on the same page, folks. We're very aware of it. It comes down to scheduling, and I think only once we've ever had to cancel. And that was you were tied up somewhere, and it was just not happening. And I was like, "Oh, come on, do it live from the truck."
I was in the middle of a wreck. That's right. That's right.
But people were very understanding. So I know Colin really appreciates everybody and for coming by here. All right, so another great show. Thank you, Gav, Colin, and Mochi. Rachel says, look forward to new season. Colin, please take care. Be careful. And David, you're funny. Oh, thank you very much.
Will do.
Thanks for hosting again, guys. Have a great weekend. Yeah, thanks to all of you. Colin, before we wrap up and let you and Mochi go play ball there.
I'll tighten it up in our cord. Oh, boy. Let go of the cord. There we go.
I should just end this show right now. I should just end it right now. My goodness. Oh, there goes my phone again. Okay. Final thoughts or words before we wrap. And hurry up. Say something.
Yeah. No, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is always fun to do, and I really appreciate everyone showing up and seeing where everyone's from. This is my opportunity to interact with everyone, and we'll continue to do this as long as we can, and hopefully we'll start to diversify here. Dave and I have had some ideas, and we need to get to it.
Yeah, we will. We've been doing this like 2 years.
Just over 2 years.
That's crazy.
Started the pandemic. It's okay, buddy. It's
okay. Week ago. Okay. Mochi's spoken. We better go. Thanks everybody for watching. Until next time. Thanks for being here. And remember to slow down and move over. Bye for now.